quiet Colorado community rocked by a tragedy.
11-year-old Gannon Stauch disappeared from his home.
Gannon's stepmother, Letecia Stauch, is charged with his murder.
Stauch allegedly killed her stepson and then drove his body across the country.
Now, the jury will decide her fate.
She has a tough road ahead.
As a family searches for justice.
She will pay 100% for this heinous thing she done.
This
Welcome to my channel. I'm Cheryl, and this is True Crime and Other Stuff. Today, I have a clip where the jury listens to the police interview Letecia Stauch. If you like true crime with all the facts and none of the bullshit, then you should subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. Plus, I'd like to give a shout out to all my new subscribers. I'm so happy to have you. Thanks for joining the team. Thanks for watching my videos and have a blessed day.
And he was supposed to help. I know she's 17. We let her stay by herself, whatever. But through the night, because he was working 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., that kind of scared me. Mm-hmm. So, like, she just joined the Air Force. So, like, I know she's going to have to learn how to, like, shoot a gun, protection, but you know, like, she's not ready yet, mature. Like, she's very mature, but she's not ready. So I came back, you know, and I was, like, talking to them. I just told them, I was like, my daughter's at home, whatever. And they're like, we can move you to the next class. Like, I think it was February, whatever. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so just in case you're like, oh, I thought you were, but I did fly out. They flew you out or whatever. And I came back because I was panicking about her, the dogs, everybody, and take care of. So.
Okay. She's your baby, right?
Yeah.
So, why don't we talk a little bit about what's going on? So I understand, so initially you didn't tell me some things because Albert was there. And when we say Albert, we're talking about Eugene.
He doesn't like Eugene because his dad is Eugene, and he was a child molester.
Okay.
So, like, he, like, raped his sister. Mm-hmm. So he freaks out about the word, like, if he hears Eugene. But I said maybe that might help you. If you don't have to call him Eugene, it probably would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is take me through Sunday into Monday,
okay,
and be as detailed as possible as to what you were doing, who was there, where you were at, how long you spent, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Because the more detail I have, it might spark something for me.
Is it okay if I take my notes out? Because, like, I wrote down all of the stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I was like, I tried to write down anything he might, like, say, and just in case, because I have, like, notes from different things or whatever. So we already talked about the beginning things. I figured you reading that. So my paper is that we're at the same story that we started with, but then you want me to start with Sunday, which was the day that we went hiking, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we went hiking at Garden of the Gods. We actually, did you see the picture from Garden of Gods?
I didn't.
Okay, so we have pictures where we went to Garden of Gods. We were going to take the dog for a walk, but then my daughter got called in to work because she works at Massage City.
Okay.
So we were like, okay, we're going to go hiking. The crazy thing is, like, it's always like, we got one kid likes to hike a lot, the other one don't. So spent the whole time like, come on, let's go. We got to burn calories. Excuse me. All those type of things. Gannon, he started having a stomach problem, and he pooped in his pants. So it kind of cut our hike a little bit short. But I was like, it's okay. It was kind of cold. I say cold for me, but I'm used to, like, 80-degree weather, so it was kind of getting cold. So we decided to go home.
Okay.
So we go home. I don't really remember what we did the rest of the day. It was probably just, like, random things around the house. I feel like we went to dinner. Oh, no, we didn't get dinner because he wanted to take a bath. That's it. So he came in and that's when he asked me about the whole basketball.
Okay.
And he had pooped in his pants, so I thought he wanted to, like, take a shower, so I gave him a bath bomb.
Okay.
So went through the night. We were just doing like a regular random. I feel like I don't know who I should be talking to, but
You can talk to both
yeah,
of us.
we used to be doing like random things around the house. It's Sunday, no football on. You know, I mean, I don't know like specific every little detail we did, but just a normal, everyday situation. Other than he was in a lot of pain because he gets really bad. Is it okay if I like show you like graphic, like not graphic, but like with my hand motions?
Yeah, that's fine.
He'll get where he has to like poop, and like I swear they're like that big. It might take like 2 to 3 weeks. He has like a GI problem, so because he takes Vyvanse, so like he had went the whole time without Vyvanse. So whenever that happens, sometimes it'll get where his stomach like wants to work, but then like can't. So he spends a lot of time in the bathroom, like kind of like hurting and things like that.
Okay.
All right. So then at this point, the dogs, we have 2 new little, a Frenchie and a what is he? An English bulldog. They're really like,
French and English bulldog.
yeah, they are. They're really kind of like the Sadie's the French bulldog. She's kind of like high maintenance. But the kids always help out a lot with them, but Ganna wasn't feeling too well. And the dogs, they all, how they like know someone's not feeling well. So they were all laying down there and it was gassy, like very, very, they're back with that, very, very gassy or whatever. And, life goes on. But so Gannon had started a candle. Again, normal day. He's very like responsible in terms of like, if you give him something and say, do this, and like a list to prepare, it's fine. So we let him, do things like that. Like Albert lets him like use the box cutter to cut the boxes down, and like teaching things to be like a independent, growing up adolescent. So I didn't see a problem with him, light a candle, whatever.
Okay.
Well, I don't remember the exact time. I'd have to look at when the fire thing went off. I was tired. Albert had left because we spent the whole night up prior with Saturday because he was going to train in Oklahoma. So we stayed up most of the night.
Okay.
Just everybody was going to miss each other, wouldn't see each other for a while, whatever. So I was kind of like, tired. I had dozed off for a little bit. And Lena asked me, could she stay up and still watch the rest of her iPad or whatever. Usually I'm always like, no, strict, like, hey, no, you can, whatever. But I did feel kind of bad because it was just her birthday. And at the same time being her birthday, we had a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
So we made it about her, but like I was trying to give her a little bit extra because not everybody got to make it there. And we went all out for Ganna's birthday. Like we took him to a Rockies game. We took friends with him. I mean, like popcorn, hot dogs. But we didn't do that with her. But in her defense, we bought her a Switch. So it's kind of like different. But she didn't understand that. So I let her stay up longer than she's supposed to as like a, kind of sort of bribery, but, So stayed up a little bit later. And so she was still she's a very hard sleeper and she's hard to like pick up, move if she falls asleep, whatever. But I could tell she was just barely asleep when I went in there. So it starts beeping, like a beep, 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 beep. And I thought that someone was coming in the house. So I look and not see anyone at any doors or hear anything. So I was like, I thought it was just a sensor. So I hit in our 2564, which is our alarm code, but it didn't go off. And I was like, what's wrong with this thing? So I walked through Lena's room. The alarm is in her room, and I walk back like through the top part of the house, and you've been in the house, so you know the top part of the house.
I haven't been in it.
Okay, so there's the upper level, and then there's the below basement. So I like walk back and forth or whatever. I didn't see anything going on. Then it started saying fire, 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 fire. Like it kept saying fire.
Oh wow.
So and I thought it was the you know how so there's like sensors for your fire alarm and then there's sensors for your like alarm. Mm-hmm. So I was just going to everything trying to like ban it.
Need a break? We'll get you back.